get started. So if you are either watching now or watching the replay and you don't know who I am Tia. I'm a wig coach, wig educator, and I am owner of Tia Maria Wigs. I'm in my store right now. I try to move around when I do these lives so you can get like different viewpoints of everything. All right, so we have questions. I know Monica has a question, and if there's anybody else that has a wig question, I do have a list of questions here that people had submitted that I didn't get to the last time. So is there any questions that people definitely want me to answer during this live? Alrighty, so Miss Monica had asked about styling silky type wigs. And I want to address that, but I wasn't sure if it was like styling or making it look more natural, or if there were specific issues about the silky wig that is challenging. So I do have an example wig here, and so we can go over those types. So I'm going to just give Monica a minute to maybe fill in like what exactly are the challenges or what have you. So I'm just going to go over some other questions until I see if she answers. Oh, she said all of the above. Okay, one of the main things in terms of a silky wig, I feel like there is usually one really big problem, and is that they tend to get maybe like flyaways, and they tend to be almost too silky, and you need to give it a little bit of texture. So I have a Cheyenne here, and this one is in Smoky Gray R. So she is a straight wig, and she's really, really cute. I think some of the challenges is this. And actually, Monica, I have a video where I was styling Cheyenne on my channel. I'll put it in the chat for you. But I have a couple tips about really, really silky wigs. Can you tell basics of a wig for someone who's a beginner? Yes, I can. As soon as I answer Miss Monica, then I will answer that. That is a great question. All right, so the one thing I think to address with these like silky or straight wigs is you almost want to like dirty them up a little bit so that you don't have as many flyaways and you can make the tangling less. I actually like two products for this specifically. The one that I like the most is using Tressalores wig wax with Tressalores dry shampoo. So I'm going to go and grab those and show you what I mean. So I have found for these really silky wigs that combining these two together really helps for like the flyaway type scenarios and all of that. So what I do is I usually start with the dry shampoo first. You know, and then this is a twofold thing. It gives it like the ability to, you know, reduce any shine. And sometimes these sleek straight wigs can appear shinier. I also have studio lighting on. But I go ahead and spray this dry shampoo on. And then I feel like it gives it a little bit of like product on it to like dirty it up a little bit. And then I use the wig wax and kind of spray a light spray over top of everything, and that's going to grab your flyaways. So I use these tools together. If I feel like it's still kind of tangling a little bit because it is so silk and sleeky, I will then go in with the sea salt spray. I feel like sea salt spray makes it, again, you just want it to be a little dirty so that there is a little bit of texture so you don't have a lot of that like rubbing together. This girl's like, what are you doing? So in terms of styling one like this, I would first go in and wet this all down, because in that video, I didn't want it to be a straight center part. I wanted to slick it over just a little bit. So I went in, I sprayed it, okay, and then I kind of combed it the way that I wanted to comb it because I sprayed it down with water. And then I went ahead, because I don't like anything flopping in my face, I went ahead and used a wig paste, like a styling paste, especially in the front. So I would use this styling paste. This one is the Beauty Mark Shaping Cream. Similar products would be the Envy Beauty Balm and then the Jean Reno Peace Out Cream. They're basically all the same product. So what I would do is go ahead and spray this down with water, comb this the way that I wanted to comb it, put my little styling clips in, and then I would take my paste, mostly right in the front where I really wanted to make sure that it would stay out of my face, and then let it dry, okay? The other little tip that I do, especially if you're trying to retrain this so it's sort of out of your face, because this long straight, it can kind of flop in your face a little bit. What I do when I spray it down, so I'd spray it down with my water, And then what I would do is I would spray it down with my water, put a little bit of the paste right here. And when I clip it to dry it, I always twist these back like this so that when I unclip it, it's kind of training it to go like back, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So I'm spraying it with my water. I'm putting it where I want it to be. I put my little bit of paste in here. I do have a video on how to use that paste the best. And then I would go ahead and twist this back, clip it with my styling clips. And then when you take the styling clips out, it's essentially going to make it kind of go, do you see, like back instead of sort of flat forward. Samantha says, silky textures are a bit tricky for sure. The density. So yeah, the density is great, but you do have those issues. So I would say start with a dry shampoo, see how that goes when you put it through. Add in the wig wax, and then if you really feel like you still need it to be a little bit dirtier, I would use the sea salt spray and a little bit of this styling cream. But wetting it down, retraining it, that's also going to help. All right, so I'm going to answer the question that was asked, and I'm just going to approach it as if I would when I do like an in-person wig consultation. The question was, can you tell basics of a wig for someone who is a beginner? So if someone was coming in here, I'll just go through that the way that I would go through it if you were brand new and you were in my store for a consultation. And if you have other questions, please go ahead and put it. If you are on here, I've been donating my wigs to you and feel so go. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Angela. I just dropped off a whole bunch of wigs to the Erie Cancer Wellness Center, and they're like so happy. So I always appreciate it. We do this together as a community, and we couldn't do it without every single one. So thank you to Angela. So if you're brand new to wigs, I think a couple basic things that you need to know about wigs. One of them is about like construction. One of them is about the different types of fibers. And then the other one are sort of just like those things that you may not know or things to be thinking about and things like that. So the first thing is about construction. So wigs can come with various different constructions. That's the cap construction. Some people may say like certain constructions look more natural versus not others. I actually don't find it to be the case. Sometimes I think it's just you specifically want certain finishes and features on your wig that maybe someone else doesn't. It's a lot to do with preference. I would also say if you're brand new to wigs, I'll tell you wearing wigs is literally like 75 to 80% mental. And what I say about that is that we have such a view of ourselves and how we look. We have a view of ourselves and how we want to look. And sometimes we'll put on a wig and it can really take a minute for like our brain to catch up with what we're seeing. So if you've ever like maybe done something drastic, like you're a brunette and you went blonde, or you got your first tattoo, or you had lost a bunch of weight, it sometimes takes your brain to like catch up to be like, whoa, wait, I have blonde hair now, or I have lost weight now. And you're like, you don't see that right away. So I always say to start slow and to give yourself grace. The other thing is whether you can go into a place like Tia Maria Wigs Boutique and get a consultation, or connect with like a YouTuber like myself that's a wig coach, a wig educator, or like a wig group. We have a great one. It's called the Wig Hangout at Tia Maria Wigs, and that's on Facebook, and it's really awesome. You need to start like connecting with people and asking questions. There's a big learning curve, and I think it's really important to realize, like, if you're just kind of buying something online, you may not like the first couple wigs that you get. And trust me, it doesn't mean that it's the wig, okay? It doesn't mean that it's wigs in general. You could just be getting the wrong wig for you. I think one of the most amazing parts of wearing wigs is the fact that we're not now tied to whatever bio hair we were given or not given, whatever color we were given or not given, textures. It's like this whole world of options. Like you can have purple hair, you can have long hair, pixie hair, you can have all the hair, any hair. You could have different hair every day. But sometimes with that level of choice, you might be like, oh, I've always wanted to be a blonde. And then you get a blonde wig, but maybe blonde really doesn't work for you, or maybe that tone of blonde. So all of those things do make a difference on whether the wig will work for you. I actually have a series on my channel where I had my favorite wig and I bought my favorite wig in a different color to see if I was in love with the wig or if it was the color or both. And it was a whole series I did for quite a while. And there were some times when it's like my favorite wig that I bought like 7 times, I got it in a different color and hated it. Hated it. Angela says, I've learned so much by watching your videos. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thank you so much, Angela. I absolutely love helping people. And I love talking about wigs. It's really fun. So that would be like my basic thing is understand that there's a learning curve. Understand that your brain kind of has to catch up with what you're doing. And please don't be afraid to like ask questions if you're a beginner. And if you can see somebody in person or if you can connect with someone online, do that. Watch a bunch of wig reviews, and in the meantime, learn what your face shape is, learn what your skin tone and your undertone is, because that's going to help you weed out certain things. Not every face shape can wear every wig, style. It's just like getting your hair cut. You can't wear every cut if you have certain face shapes. Not every undertone can wear blondes or can wear warm tones or can wear cool tones. So getting to know that about yourself would be really, really a great thing. Marjorie says, might a headband wig be a great place to start? I think headband wigs are great. I think you can start with a headband wig. I have found that there are some people that feel like headband wigs actually look less real to them. And especially if there's someone that is used to having like bangs or hair sort of at this part of their forehead, having like their forehead fully exposed, like can freak them out. So I don't think that a headband wig is a bad way to go. I just think that it can be a way to go, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. That's why you kind of want to like chat, check some things out. There's a bunch of reviews and stuff on YouTube. There's tons of stuff on websites. Kind of start looking at stuff and picturing yourself. Really look at the people you're looking at. Do they have a similar face shape? Just start making like little notes. And the other thing is when you're first wearing wigs, I think it's so important to take notes about brands, colors, textures, about not just the things you like, but also the things you don't like. Because there are so many times where I have had people say, basically they bought the same style wig, different companies, and they keep buying the style because they're attracted to the style. Every time they get it, they're like, oh wait, I hate this. So knowing what you don't like is actually just as important as knowing what you do like. I can't say that like this type of wig is the best for newbies. That's why when I do consultations, it's at least 1 hour, if not 2. It's usually a 2-hour consultation because I ask a lot of questions and then I suggest the wig that is based on what they're saying, but not everybody has that option to talk with someone face to face. So like I said, start making some notes, start thinking about your activity level. I also think it's important to be like, think about who you are as a person. How often are you going to wear this wig? Are you going to be active? Is this just going to be for special occasions? Because choosing your first wig really is dependent on how you're going to wear it. Are you going to be wearing it for a long time? Is this like a one-time thing? Is it like you're just kind of playing around? So those are all things to consider. If you want some help picking out a wig and you can't come to me in person, I still do Zoom consultations. We do email. So you can shoot me a message. Here's my email, t@tiamariawigs.com. So if you want a little help sort of narrowing down your options and figuring some stuff out, I can definitely help you out with that as well. So the other thing I would say in terms of newbie situation is to understand the fiber that you're getting. So you have synthetic, which can be either regular synthetic that is not meant to take heat. You have heat safe synthetic. Then you have the blends. This is actually a human hair blend that I'm wearing. And human hair blends are usually 30% human hair, 70% synthetic. And then you have your human hair. So as you determine what's best for you, and that could be price range, again, how often you're going to wear it, do you want to have different looks or do you want to have the same exact look? It's going to determine which fibers you want. Each fiber has pros and cons, each one, even human hair, everything has a pros and con. The other thing to know is cap construction. So I have a bunch. So this girl right here, this is what's called a full cap, a basic cap. Also, there's multiple names for the same thing, just so you know. So this one is a full cap or basic cap. So this doesn't have any lace at all. So there's no lace in here. This is a basic cap. Mostly this is all machine made. And so pros and cons to this. Sometimes I just enjoy a basic cap. But if you're someone that likes bangs, you don't necessarily need a lace front, and lace front's going to, make the cost a little bit more expensive. I do think that if you can get a basic cap that definitely looks a little bit more, natural, that's a great place to start because you don't have a lot of hoopla to deal with, and they're usually a little bit of a lower price point. But you have to know yourself. If you want it to seem like it's like growing out of your scalp, if you don't wear bangs that often, if you wear stuff back, then, maybe a lace front is better for you. But this is what's called the basic cap, a regular cap. What they mean is that there's no lace involved. So you having a basic cap may be fine for you because you're like, I'm going to have bangs anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If someone's wanting to wear their wig like completely back, then it may matter. So then you have a lace front where it's just a lace front. So this one has not only a lace front, but it has a lace part. One of my favorite cap constructions, and I don't see a wig right here readily available that has it, is actually a lace front edge. So where it doesn't have lace all the way in the part, it has lace all the way around here, but it comes back a little bit further. That's my favorite cap construction. I think the price points on those are really nice. It gives you the ability to be able to part it kind of any way you want, but it's not like it's a full mono top, which I'll show you, which has its own pros and cons as well. So this is a lace front lace part. Sometimes it might be a center part. This one's a left-sided part, could be on the right side, but this is just set this way. So this is monofilament, which is more of a sort of a mesh as opposed to a lace. Makes it look very realistic right against the hairline. But this one is always going to be a left-sided part. So if you're someone who that doesn't work for you, then this would not be the best cap construction to choose. But you can see when I put this on our girl here, it's just going to look like it goes right from her head. So then you have what's called a mono top. So a mono top is, you have this hand-tied lace in the front here, so it's going to look like it's growing out of your scalp. But then anywhere where you see this material here means that you can style this anyway. So you want to do a top knot, you want it to be parted in the center one day, parted to the left the other day, you want it to all go back. You can do all of that, okay? The one thing I would say about this is a lot of people are like, oh, the mono top, they're so realistic, they're the best, like you should definitely always get a mono top. I don't always think a mono top is beginner friendly because since this can be parted any way you want right in this area, it does need to be played with a little bit more so that it is like your style. So monotops for me, I don't find that you can just take them out of the box and shake them and put them on and be good to go. You might be able to do that, but it's rare because there's always little tweaks that you can do, and they tend to need to be trained a little bit, sprayed down with water, comb it the way you want, let it dry. So even though it gives you the most realistic movement, the most realistic styling, it does take a little bit of extra time. And do you know how many times I've gotten a new wig? It's a mono top. And I know this. I know that this is a thing. And I'm like, oh, I have to go to dinner. And I'm like, I want to wear my new Picture Perfect from Tressalore. Well, it's not going to look the right way, like right out of the box. And then I'm running late and it's a whole thing. I do it every time. Again, you kind of just want to, determine how much time do you have? Do you want to play with this wig? Do you not? Those are all things that you just have to kind of know about yourself when you're choosing the cap construction. Then we have some of the other types of wigs that I think like beginners might like, or like as an addition. One of them is a halo wig. And you might look at this and be like, what is this? I love these wigs. And when I'm working with customers, I often tell them that this is an option to wear in addition to whatever wig. So you get your new wig, but if you're going to be like running to the store, or if you're going to be like out in the garden, or you're going to be like working out, halo wigs are so amazing for that. So I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to take my wig off and my little fun headband. So you put on this halo wig. You are going to look a little bit like Julius Caesar. And these have like bangs that can be taken on and off. So I'll show you that. I'm going to take my glasses off. So you put the halo wig on. So this is with the bangs. I'll show you with and without bangs. If you know me, you know I don't like bangs, but a lot of people do. So you just put this halo wig on like this and you're like, oh my gosh. Then you choose whatever hat you want. You get a hat. This is one of my army hats that you can get on my website. So I'm just going to show you. You put the hat on, and how adorable is this? This is the cutest thing ever. These are so great. I like using these in addition to wearing with my wigs. If you're going to be outside and you know it's going to be warm, First of all, these army hats are so like lightweight. I love them. But this is so great if you're going to be like working out or you're going to be warm, because it lets the warmth out of the top of your head and you don't get as hot. So say you're like, okay, that's great to you, but I don't like bangs. Guess what? You can just take them off. Look at that. Just take the bangs right off. How adorable is this? So this is a halo wig and I absolutely love these. I think this is actually a great beginner scenario because yes, you have to be wearing your hat. But if you're like in a cold climate like I'm in, yes, thank you, Deidre, there's less bulk under your hat. You can wear a hat with wigs and it's totally fine. But you can be wearing a beanie hat, your baseball hat, like whatever. And I just love them and I think it's so fun and cute. And halo wigs tend to be a lot lower density. And I know people really, really like that. Can we help out our most excellent educator and hit the like button? Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for hitting the like button. If you aren't subscribed, please do. Try to get to 10,000 subscribers on this channel. And if you're not subscribed to my second channel, you're gonna wanna be. We're almost at 500 subscribers over there and I'm doing a giveaway. So as soon as we hit 500 subscribers, I'll be doing a giveaway of all of the subscribers to the channel. And so that'll be super, super fun. Okay, Sally said these would be perfect for the California weather. They really are. And now that I've taken my wig off, I can feel the difference that it's like so comfortable and I really, really love it. So we talked about the fiber type, synthetic, what have you. We talked about the type of wig, sort of like the cap construction. So the last thing I would say for beginners is let's talk about some truths about wearing wigs. The things that I think people don't talk about enough and can help you manage your expectations. I think if you're a new wig wearer or if you're deciding to wear wigs or you want to wear wigs. Oh, and we didn't talk about like toppers, extensions, stuff like that. The question was about a new wig wearer, so I answered those questions. And we didn't talk about maintenance and stuff like that. So I would say, let's talk about some truths. The one thing, can wigs be hot? Yes, they can. It is a personal type of thing. And that's why I say having ones like this, that's the halo wig, or getting a wig that's a lower density is going to help. But they also have these things called Headline It that you can wear under your wigs that absolutely works. I tested it in the Pennsylvania July heat, which is dry and crazy, and it was great. The fiber type can be what can make it either like more hot or less hot. Some of the older heat safe synthetic fibers that are kind of like beefy and bulky, they can be a little bit hotter. The cut, you know, if you have more of a pixie wigs, it's not going to be as hot as if you have something that has a lot of hair. So those are all things that can contribute. But can it get hot? Yes. Once you start wearing wigs and you start figuring some stuff out, for the most part, a lot of people are, you know, can adjust or they can wear the Headline It or what have you. Human hair wigs are not necessarily better than synthetic. Absolutely. Thank you for saying that. Marjorie is getting the freaking star. I love it because so many people, so I'll loop back around to what I was saying. I'll speak to what Marjorie was saying. So many people come in here and they immediately just want human hair. That's why I do a full consultation. We talk about pros and cons. And actually for a lot of people, human hair really isn't beneficial to them. If you are busy, if you don't have a lot of time, if you're not great at styling your own hair, then you're not going to necessarily want or need a human hair wig. I mean, the cost is a lot higher. The thing that's cool about synthetic wigs is unless you change it with heat, it's gonna look how it looks. This is Orchid by Aesthetica. See how it has these beautiful curls at the bottom, a beautiful lift and a wave here. If you wear this wig and you go outside and it starts to pour rain, still gonna look the same. If you go outside and it's warm, it's not going to get like puffy and frizzy. It's just going to look the same, right? It's not going to shift color. Human hair can shift color. If you're wearing it out in the sun, it can change color a bit. This wig will look the same. So it is a lot less monkeying around, I think. That's just my opinion. Karen says, out of the box is not the end result that will make you feel good. Yes, Karen, even if it's ready to wear, it's not ready to wear necessarily specifically for you, the way you want it, the way you envision yourself, what your style is, okay? So even if it's ready to wear, you still may need to play around with it to make it be like your wig for you. A little trimming or thinning can make all the difference. Thank you so much. So I have some people who have come in here and they weren't buying a wig. They came in because I'll do consultations too. So people can just come in and, they purchase a consultation. It's $45. If they purchase something, then it goes towards their purchase. It's free. But if they don't, then they get at least an hour, if not two, of education one-on-one with me. It's a win-win. But there's been so many people who have come in and been like, I got this wig or that wig. I hate it. I always say, bring your wig in. Sometimes they're not wearing it properly. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it's just a little bulky. I can thin that. Let me go in the back. I'll thin it. You come pick it up. And they're like, oh my gosh, a wig that I would have donated or thrown out now looks great. I think especially when people get wigs like with bangs, everybody's forehead is a different size. Everybody wants a different type of bang. So sometimes you do have to customize the wig for you. Can wigs be itchy? I think that they can in some ways and for particular reasons. I cannot tell you how many times I have now come across people who are wearing those nylon wig caps that come in the box when you buy a wig as a wig cap. Those are not meant to be worn regularly. That's for hygiene purposes. That's for trying on wigs. And I feel like if you have any hair, even if you have the little bit of bio hair, it's going to poke through. But I also think some of the hair from the wig can poke through that nylon so easily. And then, yeah, that's itchy. Okay. I also think the type of lace you have in the front, if it's Swiss lace or monofilament or hand-tied lace, sometimes lace is itchy. And so in that case, having a wig without lace is probably better for you than having a wig with lace. So, I mean, again, like someone said, don't just think human hair is better because it's human hair. Well, don't just think a lace front is better because it's, a natural lace front. It may not be right for you. So I feel like it's really important, especially in the beginning, understand what your skin tone is, understand what your undertone is, and maybe start safer and get wigs that are either closer to your bio hair or closer to the hair color that you're currently wearing, and then start branching out from there. And I feel like if you're going to get a colorful wig, the undertone of that color is really, really important. Like for instance, this is a red, but you have reds that can lean more warm tone, maybe more of a coppery, orangey type red, or you can have like a red that's more like this, which is like a burgundy. I think it's really important to understand that not everything is created equal. Like blonde, you can't just be like, oh, I want a blonde wig and just get any blonde wig. Some of them are cool tone, some of them are warm tone, some of them are neutral, some of them are ashy. You have to know what you can wear in terms of color. Don't be afraid to branch out either, like into a colorful, fun type of wig. Karen says, a well-placed accessories can improve the appearance. It's not expensive and it takes very little effort. I couldn't stress that more. Accessories can take things to the next level. Like for instance, this wig, I'm going to fix up the hairline of this wig to look a little bit more natural, but I was like trying to just get ready for this live and I was going really fast. So I was like, well, why don't I wear my headband? Like a headband can change a wig, whether it's something you want to conceal, something you just want to decorate with. Sometimes it can help it may be a little bit more secure. So this is how it would look. I need to pluck this up and do some stuff to make this look more natural. But I was like, I got to get on this live. I can't be playing games. So look at this. Now I'm just going to put this headband right over the top. And now there you go. Like, so cute. This also lets you wear it in a ponytail because you have the back here. So you can wear it like in a ponytail like this. And it doesn't matter. It's not going to show the back of the cap. Angela, if I apply my wig cap when my hair is wet, will it help the itching? I can only give my experience on this. So when I was first wearing wigs, I used to actually deep condition my hair, leave the conditioner in and then wet and then put the wig cap on and then put my wig on, and then like the heat of my head and everything, I felt like was helping to condition my hair. I would say you do have to consider and think about, it can cause like bacteria to grow. It can also make it so you have to wash your wig cap all the time because it's going to start to stink and just be damp. There's just really nothing on your body that should be regularly damp and also warm on a consistent basis. And you can grow bacteria and things. I'm not a scientist or anything. We're being real frank here. I'm thinking about like being women, you know, like you're wearing the yoga pants and this, and like sometimes you're like, you know, it's hot, it's sweating, like you can have issues. I don't see why you couldn't have that similar issue if you did that regularly with your wig. Like I said, I have done that where I was deep conditioning my hair and put my wig over it, but I don't know that I would do that as a regular practice. I would just be worried. That's what I would be thinking about. I think if you're wearing the right wig cap, then it shouldn't be as itchy. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and put your questions. I literally keep... Look at these pages. These are all questions I get either on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I do keep this and I check them off as I go through them, or I make videos on them. So you're going to want to check out my channel because I do have a series called Your Wig Questions Answered. And these are actually questions I get in the chat or from people, and I put them in videos. So this was really fun. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. We do have a live sale on my second channel on Friday, and that's going to be a fun one. It's Tressalure. And Tressalure has discontinued like 20 something styles. And so it's going to be all the discontinued styles, what colors are left, scooping up the deals before they're gone. So that's what we're going to be doing on Friday. All of the Friday sales in March are called Alluring Fridays. I don't know. I was trying to be cute. You know how it is. So hopefully I can see you over there. If not, I hope you have a super awesome Wednesday. And I am going to clean up in the boutique and get a couple things done. And then I'm going to go home and hang out with my cat, and I'm going to play my Switch because I'm addicted to my Switch. And right now I am playing Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic, and I'm on Crumbly Woods. If you know Roller Coaster Tycoon and you know the classic, I played this game when I was pregnant with Avery. He's now 20. It's exactly how it was when I played it on a computer like 20 years ago, and I love it so much. So that's what I'm going to be doing later. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody. I will see you soon. Bye. I just wanted to pop on to let you know that we have so many free resources and support for this community available. You can go to tmwigs.com. One of the first ones is our blog. We upload weekly. It's called Your Wig Journey blog post, and it is amazing. We also have an amazing private Facebook group. There is no drama, no nonsense, just fun support and really exclusive deals. And that's the Wig Hangout at Maria Wigs on Facebook. So come join us. We have amazing things for you. We'd love to have you. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.